These are actual ancient texts from the archive of Enam Asher, a merchant in the Anatolian city of Kanesh around 1800 BCE. Now, Enam Asher's archive is actually one of the most extensive archives of anyone from the entire ancient world. It flows out to 3 whole volumes, of which I only currently have volume 2, but even that is full of little life stories. So we're going to start today with the story of La-Qep and his various debts owed to Enam Asher. Letter 1 begins. To Ili-Mutabil and Alua from Enam Asher, specifically to Ili-Mutabil. In the week of Iter-Ili, son of Amrishtar, month Alanatum, I and La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, settled accounts in the house of the official. I set down 12.5 minas, 7 shekels of refined silver as owed by La-Qep. And if, with respect to the silver, it was you I designated for him. So when he arrives from Purushadam, he will pay the silver to you as my representative. And then you have written, saying, I've written this tablet. My dear brother and friend, apart from you, do I have any older brother? And by this is a something of a stock phrase. He's not suggesting that Ili-Mutabil is literally an older brother. He is suggesting that Ili-Mutabil is like an older brother in terms of familiarity and respect. So you'll see that in other places as well. My dear brother and friend, apart from you, do I have any older brother? Here I have repeatedly demanded the silver from La-Qep, but he would not pay. He said, let them bring my tablet, and then take your silver. Urgent, the very day he arrives there, copy the tablet of La-Qep's debt with 3 affiliated traders as witnesses. Then give the copy to them while you yourself keep the other copy. Wrap the tablet and entrust it to Alua and an affiliated trader so that they bring it. Let it pass overland in La-Qep's name. My dear brother, take care. And then there is a second follow-up letter also to Ili-Mutabil from Enam Asher on the same topic. Here, I and La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, settled accounts in the house of the official with you and La-Qep, son of Puzur-Shadu'e, as witnesses. And 12.5 minas, 7 shekels of refined silver, apart from the silver of our caravan, is owed by La-Qep. Reckoned from the week of Iter-Ili. With respect to the silver, it was you I designated. On his arrival in Purushadam, he should send the silver. When he arrived in Purushadam, in accordance with our agreement, you wrote a tablet for him for the silver which I had designated for you, and which he did not pay, and you set a term for him. Also, I kept writing to my representatives and you to have the silver paid, but until this day he has not paid the silver to my representatives or to you. Also, after I personally arrived, he demanded the silver repeatedly, but he would not pay the silver. He said, Ili-Mutabil wrote my tablet. Send for my tablet. Let them bring my tablet, and then take your silver. He keeps answering about his tablet and refusing to pay the silver. My dear brother and friend, I and you are not men of strife. Have this tablet copied with 3 affiliated traders as witnesses, and then the end of that particular letter is broken off. And so what it seems is that Enam Asher needed to send an assortment of things to Ili-Mutabil, and he used La-Qep as his go-between, as his messenger. He gave a certain amount of silver to La-Qep, then La-Qep went to Ili-Mutabil, and at that point, because we've only got one side of the story, things start to get unclear. La-Qep seems to be claiming that he went to Ili-Mutabil, gave him the silver, received a tablet as a receipt written down, and except he didn't get the receipt. Ili-Mutabil has the receipt, and La-Qep is claiming that the receipt is over there. However, Enam Asher seems to believe that Ili-Mutabil did not actually get paid, or it seems that he's writing in response to Ili-Mutabil complaining that there was no payment, that his silver didn't arrive, and if Ili-Mutabil is correct, then La-Qep never actually handed the silver over to Ili-Mutabil, meaning he's still got it in his pocket somewhere, or he lost it and doesn't want to admit that. We don't know what happened, but we do have a follow-up letter. It opens, seal of La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, seal of Kurara, son of Enam Asher, seal of Asher Lamasi. La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, owes 12.5 minas, 5 shekels of refined silver to a merchant. Note that number, it's gone down from 12.5 and 7 down to 12.5 plus 5, so he may have found 2 shekels somewhere and said, oh, I'll pay you the rest later. Anyway, La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, owes 12.5 minas, 5 shekels of refined silver to a merchant. Reckoned from the week of Kudatum, month of Te'anatum, eponymy of Asher Malik, son of Aliahum, when the moon god reaches the 15th day, he will pay the silver 2 months after his arrival in the city of Kanesh. If he is not paid in time, he must add interest at the rate of 1 shekel per mina per month. His second tablet. Seal of Ili-Mutabil, son of Amar-Ishtar. Seal of La-Qep, son of Puzur-Shadu'eh. Seal of La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher. Note that there are 2 La-Qeps here. It is La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, who is the troublemaker. And this is a second tablet. It says, La-Qep, son of Shu-Asher, owes 10 mina of refined silver to a merchant. Reckoned from the week of Iter-Ili, son of Amar-Ishtar, month of Belat Ekalim, eponymy after Shushuin, he must pay the silver within 12 weeks. If he has not paid the silver within his stipulated term, he must add interest in according with the rule of the colony per mina per month. These are copies of the certified tablets that we have. Seal of Man-Mahir, son of Amar-Ishtar, seal of Enaswen, son of Idn-Abum. Iter-Ili gave the rings of iron weighing 18 2/3 shekel, 15 grades, to Enam Asher. They will pass overland from here and from there in the name of Enam Asher. He will sell the iron, and for the 22.5 minas of silver that La-Qep owes to a merchant, that 22.5 being the 10 from the second tablet, the 12.5 from the first, and for the 22.5 mina of silver that La-Qep owes to a merchant, the name of the merchant has been announced. Enam Asher is the merchant that La-Qep owes money to. The iron will be sold, and Enam Asher will receive 22.5 minas of silver, and then Kura will receive Iter-Ili's silver. If the iron has not been sold, Enam Asher will return the iron to Iter-Ili, and Iter-Ili will pay his silver to Enam Asher. 1/3 mina of something, and the end is broken off. So, it looks like La-Qep has ended up owing a good amount of money to a good amount of people. And what actually ended up happening to La-Qep isn't totally clear, but because La-Qep was an agent of Enam Asher, it becomes necessary for Enam Asher to make right all of the debts on La-Qep's behalf. So Enam Asher doesn't have the silver laying around, so he negotiates that he's going to sell a bunch of iron, he's going to make an appropriate amount of silver off of that sale, and then he's going to take that 22.5 mina of silver, hand it off to La-Qep, and La-Qep will then use that silver to pay the various debts. Now, this is, of course, a great mystery, and there's even more mystery involved because these events are connected to the death of Enam Asher himself. Unfortunately, even though those texts exist, I don't have them. I will look them up, but let me know in the comments if you want to know more about Enam Asher, about his Anatolian wife, about his various merchant dealings, and if I can get the hands on the book, how La-Qep's debt ended up related to the unfortunate death of Enam Asher and Ali Ahum's attempt to collect blood money from his murderer. Yes, all that and more on future episodes of Oldest Stories Night Readings. It's going to be Enam Asher time for the next couple episodes because this book of Enam Asher's archives is really a lot of fun, and I do hope to get the other two books as well if I can get my hands on them. Yes, give me a like, give me a subscribe, tell your friends that there's somebody reading ancient texts on the internet, and leave a comment down below with anything you'd like to hear next. Thank you for listening.